She walked straight into my driveway like she owned the entire street. Her hair was stiff, her posture rigid, and she clutched a clipboard like she worked for the government. My nurse, Kelly, had just pulled in and was helping me out of the car when that sharp voice hit us like an alarm. You cannot park here. This is private HOA property. Visitors must be approved. Kelly blinked, confused. He just had surgery. I am his nurse. Karen did not step back. She moved closer, towering over Kelly like a guard dog that had slipped its chain. I do not care if you are Florence Nightingale. No one enters without my permission. I winced, holding my side. I was 3 days out from abdominal surgery. Every movement felt like broken glass, but I still raised my voice. You have no authority over my home, Karen. This is my property. She smirked. Really, not according to the updated HOA guidelines. She pulled out a paper. It looked official at first, but the logo was fuzzy and my address was misspelled. Kelly tried to stay professional. Ma'am, I am here to provide medical care. You are interfering with a patient's recovery. Karen scoffed. Then take him to a hospital. You are not stepping inside that house. That was when she pulled out her phone. Hello 911. Yes, there is a suspicious woman trying to get into my neighbor's home. She claims she is a nurse. I think it might be elder abuse or a scam. Kelly's eyes widened. Did she just say elder abuse? You are I stood frozen, not from fear but disbelief. Karen squared her shoulders, proud of herself. You are welcome. I take safety very seriously. What she did not know was that I had just updated my home security system. Full audio, full video, live feed, and my cousin works for the county sheriff's office. I pressed a button on my phone and the real story began. You want drama? Karen, you picked the wrong patient. 10 minutes later, 2 patrol cars rolled in, lights flashing. Karen waved at them like they were close friends. Officers, over here. That woman tried to enter the home. She claims she is a nurse but would not show credentials. I think it is a scam. Kelly calmly pulled out her ID badge and medical license before the officers even reached her. Registered nurse hired by Mr. James through Regional Health. He just had surgery. He cannot bend without pain. The younger officer looked at Karen. Did you see her do anything illegal? Karen crossed her arms. She was trespassing. I told you, and I am part of the HOA Enforcement Committee. That gives me authority here. The older officer frowned. Ma'am, interfering with medical care is serious. Karen raised her voice. No one informed me about a visitor who violates our rules. I struggled to straighten up but managed to lean against my truck. She is lying. That paper she gave us is fake. Look at the letterhead. It is not even spelled right. The officers took the paper, examined it, then looked at Karen. Did you make this yourself? Karen shrugged. I printed what I received. Maybe the printer messed up. The older officer's tone shifted. Dispatch, we need confirmation on HOA enforcement names. Possible impersonation and obstruction of medical care. That was when Karen's confidence cracked. She pointed at me. He is the one breaking rules. He is lying about owning this place. I have lived here 15 years. He moved in last month. I smiled through the pain. I moved in last year. I own this land outright. Want to see the deed? I pulled up the PDF with timestamp and county seal. Funny thing, Karen. You were the renter who tried to stop my move-in because my mailbox looked too modern. The younger officer raised an eyebrow. Ma'am, is that true? Do you even own property here? Karen's jaw tightened. That is not the point. He is lying. I have managed this street for years. That was when my cousin pulled up. Sheriff's department, uniform, badge, clipboard. He stepped out, nodded at the officers, then looked at Karen. Is this the woman? I nodded. He faced her. You are being recorded. If you interfered with licensed medical care on private property, that is criminal obstruction. Karen turned pale. You should have kept walking, he said. Now you are about to see what real authority looks like. Karen's voice shook. Wait, this is harassment. I was protecting the neighborhood. My cousin lifted the clipboard. We checked your history. Multiple complaints from neighbors. Fake notices. Unauthorized confrontations. And now a false report to block a nurse from reaching her patient. Karen tried to backpedal. I did not know she was real. Anyone can print an ID. Kelly finally spoke. You looked me in the eye while I was helping him walk and said you did not care if I was Florence Nightingale. That was not doubt. That was control. The older officer nodded slowly, and pretending to enforce HOA rules. That is impersonation. You are not on any board. You are just loud. Karen's hands began shaking. She looked around, waiting for someone to defend her, but no one moved. Neighbors peeked from porches. Some were recording everything. Please, she whispered. This is going too far. I did not mean to cause harm. My cousin sighed. Ma'am, intent is not the issue. You interfered with medical care, made a false report, and presented yourself as an HOA official. That is 3 violations. Suddenly Karen's phone buzzed loudly. Incoming call. HOA Management Office. The younger officer answered on speaker. This is Mr. Benson, HOA Director. We received reports of someone impersonating board members. We do not have a member named Karen G. If she is causing problems, pursue charges if needed. Karen's face drained of color. My cousin stared at her. You are officially done pretending. Then came the handcuffs, snapping tight behind her wrists. The metallic click echoed louder than her protests. You cannot arrest me. I am the victim. I was doing my duty. This is abuse. You will regret this. The younger officer shook his head. Ma'am, you chose the wrong patient on the wrong day. This is not a community watch. This is reality. And in reality, actions have consequences. As they led her toward the patrol car, the street stayed silent except for the scrape of her heels. She twisted her neck, shouting, You are all blind. He is a scammer. She is not a real nurse. I saved this neighborhood. The officer guided her into the car. Ma'am, saving a neighborhood does not involve fake documents or false reports. She shouted one last time as the door closed. This is not over. But it was. I leaned against the porch rail, breathing through the pain. Kelly stood beside me, arms crossed. You okay? She asked. I nodded, not sure what hurt more, the surgery or dealing with her before my medication kicked in. Kelly smirked. At least your house has more surveillance than a bank vault. We both glanced at the camera blinking above the garage. Still recording, still live. Within an hour the footage was at the sheriff's department, but it did not stop there. A neighbor posted a clip of Karen yelling about elder abuse and Florence Nightingale. It went viral by midnight. 10,000 shares, hundreds of comments, and one beautiful one. Play HOA games, win shiny silver bracelets. The real twist came 2 days later. I received a formal apology from the HOA. They confirmed Karen was never part of their board, not a volunteer, not even on their email list. She created her own authority out of nothing. She also received a no-contact order for me, Kelly, and 5 neighbors. Then my cousin called that evening. You are going to love this, he said, laughing. Karen is facing additional charges. One of the officers has a sister who is a nurse and active in the state's Nursing Protection Alliance. I blinked so he grinned. So they are pushing for a felony-level charge for obstructing licensed medical care.